We are back. We are live with our after session. That, yes, one of these days I will be putting out, but this is the after session for session 10 of season 2 of Esper Genesis, and a heavy session indeed. But that's just my opinion. Dark Lovely, High Priestess and Princess Aura, tell me, what were your session highlights or just things of note?
So this session was depressing, but I guess the highlight is what I plan to do moving forward, because now that I know I can use the core stone to project longer distances, I am going to be that ship captain's personal fucking harpy. And I am going to absolutely rain down profanities and annoyance on him until his sanity fucking breaks and I get what I want.
Nice.
You're gonna be his Tana. Gotcha.
Nagging works for a reason.
So true, so true. All right, is there anything else?
I thought it was really sweet that Ori cocked her gun to the side like, it's a kill shot!
All right. Y'all have been rubbing off on her a little bit. All right, excellent. Typhoon 44, Captain Jonathan T. Archer. A lot has been going on with your ship and inside of your ship. Tell me.
Yeah.
Session highlights are just things of note.
Well, I think we all pulled together and did really well with combat.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed to click as a group. Didn't surprise anybody that I pulled the crazy Ivan type stunts. We were all able to roll with it. I think that's about the only reason we survived it. Outside of that, yeah, this one went dark pretty quick. The last scene especially. But that scene ain't over. Sagi and I are going to be having a talk.
Yeah. And the fate of Vol lies in the balance.
Yep. And that will take precedence. Because now we got to figure out how to lick our wounds later while still saving this planet we're stuck on.
I don't know if I can lick a wound on my chest, honestly.
Oh, come on. You got the gene thing going on there.
I'm just saying, like mechanically, that's not how that's not how a biped works.
All right. But with that, Argus, Alloy, tell me, what were your session highlights or things of note?
I was really enjoying combat up until I got one turned, and I have the most health out of the whole fucking group. Just those dice rolls, man. Like, fuck. Then yeah. Well, Aura's starting to fuck with the captain. I like the sounds of that. Tana freaking out when she thought I was dead, which wasn't terribly far off. But thank you, Sagaristo.
Yep.
And then I always knew having the infected bitch on the ship was a terrible idea, and now I'm kind of glad that it's mostly settled. There's still the aftermath, and then people need to get tested for space herpes as it is.
Okay.
But yeah,
most definitely. Sagaristio, Tonto Tomahawk, tell me, this was a heavy session for you. What were your highlights, or what hit you in the feels?
Well, part of the highlights was definitely the whole Lorendi boarding the ship, and then us as a whole crew having to not only survive the boarders, but having to survive, the onslaught from the ship. So that was fun, especially with all the maneuvers and all that, where we all had to deal with the shifting of gravity.
Yes, darn crazy Ivan.
I know, right?
It's more impressive that none of us biffed that roll.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, especially me. I have like nothing in dexterity, so
I literally only had the +1. That was it.
oh, I don't even have that.
Yeah, you got crazy Jonathan Archer behind the wheel of the ship, and he is like, huh! And of course Jay is like, brace, and everyone's like, oh, we know what he's doing, and immediately everyone holds on to something. But yeah,
Everyone holds on to something except the engineer, who's just walking around the walls. It's just like, yeah, no, I'm used to this. This is nothing new.
definitely. What you were saying?
But yeah, having to deal with all of that. But yeah, no. Once it got really heavy with Kurita there, because I was hoping, like as Sagarusi was letting her out, it's like, all right, don't make me regret this. You're here to help the ship. Immediately goes ahead and regrets it now.
Right.
But it's that sort of thing where it's like, you know what? I did this. I will clean this up. Doesn't really fix the problem, but it does permanently solve it. Yeah, there's going to be new issues, obviously, but that's what he gets for putting trust in people. Is this sort of shit tends to happen. So
I understand, but you dealt with it really well. And last but definitely not least, Ryden Bravestride, Master Draco, tell me, what were your things of note in this particular session?
You packed a lot of shit into it.
Agreed.
Like a stupid amount of shit, in my opinion. Can't take that back though. For highlights, the little argy moment, pretty badass. And then this, I guess the teleporting shot that actually working out was pretty cool.
Yes, now that's cinematic.
That was cool.
I guess the scene. I need a reminder. My request is to remind me to snap that other Valna's neck next session.
Okay.
Thank you.
Especially if it comes up positive.
He's probably going to come up positive. He just licked his claw right before she changed into a frickin' sea spawn.
Into the incinerator. Gotcha.
So
we have an incinerator, right?
I mean, I could incinerate them with lightning, I suppose.
There's thrusters. We'll just bake them on that.
Throw them in the thorium generator. That'll be fine.
Okay.
Alrighty. Is there anything else, Draco?
And the ghost moment. Like I was watching her kind of cackle over here.
Yeah, she's gonna show up aboard the little Ridley ship. She was like, "Captain, look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain.
I am the captain now."
I'm thinking like he's not gonna be able to sleep. He's not gonna be able to, like, everything he does is just gonna revolve around. Like I can see it happening.
I know how I'd change his mind.
Oh, you guys are gonna get really creative. All right. So the real question is this:
be rather attached to his family.
This is true.
And already hates his superiors. Why not just try to make him believe that his superiors have already set forth to kill his family?
It is a possibility, and I guess we're going to find out next week. So I guess the real question is this: shall I talk about my session highlights, which effectively mirror your guys's, or do we want an after credits scene?
Both.
How about both?
It's only one.
Both.
You can't cop out of the highlights, man. Like, why do you do that?
Well, I go last, and you guys say all the good stuff.
Yeah, but we want to hear your good stuff.
Sometimes we miss talking about certain things.
This is true. You guys really didn't this time, but I will say this. I echo definitely Aura's creativity with the blue core stone and astral projecting and messing with the captain and learning about him. Especially since you're in his mind and kind of privy to certain things there, that does help kind of push the story along. And you guys are aware, though I didn't want you guys to be aware of what the Lorendi are going to be doing. So that was very interesting. I too love the creativity that Draco came up with, the teleporting shot. Oh man, that was awesome. Uh, I cracked up every time Mini Argy kept screaming around the bin.
My throat still hurts from that.
You know what? I appreciate it. So that is still also hilarious, and I do love how Tonto, respected the scene and its emotional weight, but still did what he had to do. But yes, you guys all had fantastic moments. The teamwork with all of you guys, especially seeing as how Captain Archer was flying, he was like, well, he could leave the flying of the ship to Jane, but she's not as good as he is. And he still found a way to be useful to the fight by inverting and flipping the ship. And so, oh, dear heavens, you guys' teamwork was incredible. Even coming together as a team to lay to rest Karita. So, I applaud you guys for the teamwork that you guys displayed in this session. And my hat's off to y'all. So I guess you guys also still want the after credit scene, huh?
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Okay. So, despite what has happened, unbeknownst to some in the cargo bay, black and sparkly fluid is leaking out of Cynthia's head. It begins to pool underneath, and whatever is inside of it begins to stir. But that is not of immediate concern. As we leave the astral horizon, leave the caverns of the Twilight Labyrinth and the mountains of Vol, leaving Vol itself, past its atmosphere into the space around, as battles are still being waged with the Lorendi Space Fleet and the Vol Space Force. From her command ship, she is looking at all of the data. She is watching the other ships maneuver to obliterate from orbit the cities and humble villages of Vol. 5 more battle cruisers are surrounding the mountains where they last tracked the astral horizon. Footage is being replayed from the eyes of the Lorendi Aetherwalker and the machinist that was fighting inside the astral horizon. Still hollows of the blue core stone in the hands of Princess Aura, and the green core stone within the head of the phase beast Umbra. The woman smiles, and she says, soon you will be mine, and soon I will be Core Lord. Immediately she hears the other technicians and workers and crewmen inside of the bridge snap to attention and bow. Her eyes get huge as a shadow appears over her. She slowly turns around to look at the Core Lord himself.
Sunshine on the banks of sea.
Core Lord, allow me to... And immediately she freezes as time stands still around her. The Core Lord simply strokes her cheek before slowly accelerating the times of different parts of her body so that she is literally ripped apart bit by bit by bit by bit.
Damn.
He turns his hand. The red and yellow core stones hovering about his head begin to pulsate. She is restored. But before she can scream or plead for her life or ask him to stop, he places her on repeat. There's a flash of energy. The Core Lord is gone. The crew resumes their stations, but every now and again they turn their heads and almost throw up at watching a woman torn apart, put back together, torn apart, put back together, over and over again, and they continue to try to ignore it and do their work as they look through the various monitors and they realize that the Core Lord himself is just hovering out in space, slowly making his approach towards Vol. But with that, we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for checking out this after session. And until next time, let's level up together.
Gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.